Hey, my friends, this is Gary Hibbs from Unleashed to Lead, and the word from the chair today is indecision. I heard a long time ago when I was a kid that to not decide is to decide, it's to decide not to. Indecision means you've decided not to take a course of action. I think all of us have seen as you're driving down the road, maybe a squirrel in the middle of the road, going back and forth, back and forth. And what happens to a lot of those squirrels? They get run over, they become roadkill. And we don't want to do that. Successful people tend to decide things really quickly and change their minds slowly. And people who are unsuccessful, or I know from me, when I procrastinate and I don't decide, I'm indecisive. I just take a long time to make a decision, and then I'm quick to change my mind and then go back and forth like that squirrel in the middle of the road. I've heard it said anywhere from 80 to 90% of our decisions really should just be made quickly. You don't have to ponder and mull over them and hem and haw. Or is it hem and haw? I don't know. Hem and haw, but to go back and forth, back and forth. Again, you don't want to be like that squirrel. The word decision really means, it comes from the Latin decidere, which means to cut off. It means to cut off, make a decision and cut off all other possibilities, to move forward, to focus on what you've decided, get some momentum and get some things done. And I know in my life, a lot of times I just never get to that decision point because I'm striving for perfection. I want the perfect solution. Most all decisions, and all decisions actually, it's not on perfection, it's on probability. You make decisions based on what is most likely to be the best decision. So most all decisions should be made quickly, and you just take action. And that's an important point with decision making. Once you make that decision, some decisions take a little bit longer. You should mull over them, pray over them, get more information, but don't take forever. But once you make that decision, you cut off all the other options. You need to take action. There's that old riddle that there's 5 frogs on a log, and 4 of them decide to jump. How many are on the log? Well, you might say 1, but no. The 4 only decided. They didn't actually jump. They're still on the log. Until you take action on that decision that you've made, you're still on the log, so to speak, or you're still going back and forth in the middle of the road. Make a decision and get some energy in your life, because when we don't make decisions, we focus on the problem, and the problem tends to drag us down and immobilize us. So join me. Let's be more decisive and therefore, I think, more successful in our lives. Good to see you, and I hope to see you again soon.